Hello, people. Hope everything's going well with you and the family. Yeah, what's up? So, welcome to the live stream. Welcome to the live stream. And I was reading about Emmett, and to me, I'm not shocked. I mean, I don't understand why we shocked. And the thing is about this, I don't think we as a people care about black men, period. Because the love is not real. To me, I'm seeing these melanated women, and I'm talking about the ones who are vicious, pro-divest, yeah, Merry Christmas to you too. And I'm seeing a bunch of propaganda on the Me Too, on the fake outrage pertaining to Me Too stories of black men, the lies of street harassment, the exaggeration, twisted facts. But yet, I hear complaints from women, most women, that they're not, melanated women are not being approached. Guys don't even look in their direction. And I'm trying to find out what age range is this. It doesn't even matter. To be honest with you, the younger ones are more complaining than the older ones, surprisingly. You know, you got these women talk about black men are this and that, demonizing brothers. But yet they talk about Emmett Till. How can you say you care about black men and you care about Emmett Till and you're mad about the injustice of Emmett Till and other black men? They claim to support the Innocence Project for black men and men in general, particularly black men. But yet you want Cosby to go to prison. But yet you've spread misinformation and propaganda, which is Zaddy and Karen and Becky and Brad and Chad. So I don't understand this. Y'all are upset about Emmett Till. And I'm probably going to upload this, either do a separate YouTube video or, because I got StreamYard. I'm about to get my laptop. Probably going to do it from a laptop and because I want to show articles and receipts and stuff like that. Hey, what's up? And what I'm going to do on my YouTube video, I'm probably going to do a live stream on StreamYard. And I'm going to go in debt. And I also want to speak about the divestors who are getting killed, but yet they don't say nothing. But they want to argue with me. It is, how in the French toast can you say you care about black men? They talk about white women, white females, cave hoes, making false allegations against black men. False accusations of domestic violence, street harassment, rape, but then you accuse black men, then you do the same thing as these cave hoes do. These non-black women do. You make false allegations against black men when it's convenient. Majority of black men, and I have gotten into it with a lot of pro-blacks, I call them pro-blacks because they're not about that life. I said the majority of black men who are victimized are by older women. Child molestation, grape. Even grown men getting raped, drugged, robbed, and raped. But we can't talk about that. It's a rare case. It goes unreported. It goes unreported because nobody gives a damn. Because when men do speak out, what do y'all do? And if I'm not talking to those who don't do that, okay? When men speak out, y'all shame them. You blame the victim. Y'all say he should have been doing this and that. You basically give him the Darnell treatment. Remember that movie? There's a thin line between love and hate with Martin Lawrence and Lynn Bedwinch Whitefield. Remember that movie? I want y'all to watch that movie. I learned so much from watching that movie. I still learn a lot of stuff about these heifers and what not to do. These females were actually, let me say this: if there was the female version of there's a thin line between love and hate, just like there's how Stella got who can't get her groove back. Just like you got Waiting to Exhale, Route 66, The Color Purple. Let's just say that there's a thin line between love and hate. Let's say these females, let's say Martin Lawrence was a female, or let's say the roles were reversed, and she was the woman, and she was playing around, being a 304, playing with this good man. He talked about his trauma, his past hurts, and he snaps and does the same thing, but Glenn Whitfield is a man. I guarantee y'all they would use that as ammunition to be anti-black man, to push this black misandry narrative that they've been doing. I got these dumbass heifers who are talking about telling black men how they should approach them. I'm looking at these women, I'm like, you are not approachable. Then these women talk about colorism and talk about how black men don't look in direction and they're self-hating. But you're talking about black men harassing you. Which one is it? Because when these women talk about it doesn't even happen. My question is, in the area they talk about, even in the hood. Now, I worked in the hood. I worked in the ghettos. I worked in the affluent areas. I can tell you that melanated women, it don't matter if she come from a 2-parent home or she come from a single-parent home or come from a well-to-do or dusty-ass, country bucking family. They move the same way. Educated, uneducated. They move the same way. I didn't say all, so don't come at me with all. I'm talking about a lot. Okay? There's the complaints of street harassment, and black men cannot take rejection. But when I made those posts about divesting gone wrong, these same heifers made threats towards me. In the past and present, made threats, bodily harm. But I thought women were afraid of men. Why are you threatening me with violence and threatening to attack the women in my family? You and your simp brigades are looking to do harm to me. But you are afraid of me. I thought you was afraid of a man who's 6 feet tall, over 350 pounds. I'm 460, but you know what I'm saying? I thought y'all are afraid of men. Why would you get violent towards a man you don't know? Why would you say, I don't have to smile at a man? I don't have to be nice to him. Why are you mean-mugging a man? Let me say this. I have so many stories. These women approach me hardcore aggressively, even at night. And it's so funny, don't approach women at night. Winter's here. Here's the thing. When it's cold out, ain't nobody talking to nobody. So that's propaganda. Here's the thing. The summertime, y'all need to worry. Because the way these females act, a lot of times they put themselves in harm's way. A lot of these females do too much, dress like 45 cakes, show everything. You walking naked, teasing guys you don't know. You got women who are jealous too of these women. And my thing, a man don't have to do nothing. It can be another female. You have many of these same women who approach or will purposely approach a married man or man who's in a relationship in front of his girl, in front of his wife, or do something to get his attention. There's been stories that women have went out their way to throw acid or cut her face up or get her jumped by the sisterhood. And you thought the sisterhood cared about others. I thought women cared about other women. That's BS. That's a lie. They code switch. Melanated women, especially the sisterhood, even when it comes to the white feminists, when it comes to women in general, your modern woman, regardless of race, especially your modern melanated woman, they code switch. Look how they tear down women who say, I want somebody. I want to get in shape. I want to, you know what I'm saying? Let's just say I want to get in shape. I want to be feminine. I want to be sweet. I don't want to get a meaningless degree and put myself in debt. I want to look for a man in college. I don't want to be a hoe. I want to look for a man and, I want to have fun. I want to, just be with a man. Oh, pick me. Oh, girl, you need to sleep around. You need to do it raw. But you are afraid of a man. You're afraid of men at night. If this is the case, then they should have a shutdown for women. Women can't go out nowhere, especially in the summertime, because that's when shit gets crunk. But see, they want to do that because you know why? It's about the money. The reason why they push all the sex, women are sexually exploited themselves, y'all. Women are certainly sexually exploiting themselves. The reason why they push all this fear mongering in the wintertime because it's just to keep fit. It's a news cycle. Just keep people paranoid, and also push a narrative that women are victims. When I tell women that they're not victims, that's not being dismissive. I'm saying you ain't no victim. You got control of your destiny, and stop relying on Jesus. Stop relying on prayer and get your mental health right. And here's the thing. Make sure y'all subscribe to my YouTube channel. Link in bio, okay? I roasted a heifer on TikTok. I deep fried that hood rat alive. I took that hood rat and I deep fried it. The thing is, women are not afraid of men. Because I don't believe they're talking about street harassment. So what are they talking about? Because my thing is, you're talking about men don't approach you. You're talking about black men that don't want to get married, don't want to date. Then they're saying that this is what I see on Kevin Samuels all the time. Kevin Samuels and then Kendra, and Pink Book Lessons. She talks about it. And other manosphere channels and just men you don't even have to be part of the red pill. You don't have to be part of the red pill community or the black manosphere or the manosphere in general or a men's advocate to know what's going on. You don't even have to be an anti-feminist. You don't even have to be it's so obvious now. These women talk about men don't approach them, men don't speak. Or, lady, you got a mouth. Why don't you talk to me? Why don't you say hi to a man? See, this is the thing. Lazy. These heifers are lazy. And they're talking about men don't want to get married, but why are these guys going overseas and getting married over there? Why are they dealing with women of other ethnicities or women of different nationalities that are not Western modern women? Why? Can somebody explain to me then? If you want to jump in the chat and talk to me, you're welcome to do that. Why are these men not dealing with modern American women? But they're talking about street harassment, don't approach women at night. If that's the case, if you're going to say that in the wintertime, what about the summertime? Then my thing is, then you should shut down the bar. Then I guess I can't. Exactly. Then if women are so afraid of men at nighttime, what about the daytime? I mean, then I guess because in the workplace, these women are mad that men don't look in their direction. I'm like, they would be flirtatious and all that stuff. So I'm trying to understand what's coming from. Where is this coming from? Because my thing is, then you should, when you're in the club. I mean, some things are. Many places have opened things up, and some places have put in restrictions. When I see the nightclub or these events, these nighttime events, why are these women getting approached? And I guess we should not approach those women. I guess we should. These women are getting all dolled up, making sure they look good, but they're fat as hell. Ain't putting down the donut. Had a Big Mac. Talking about, I want a man who's in shape. I want a man who's about health and fitness. Huh? It makes no sense. It makes no sense. Oh. It makes no sense. About them problems. Okay. This don't make no sense. These women want to tell you how you should approach them. No, chick, you approach me. How? These women don't even know how to talk to a man. So how are you going to tell me how to approach as a grown person? My thing is, the way you present yourself is how you're going to get approached. The way you present yourself in public is the way you're going to get treated. And you attract exactly who the French toast you are. You attract who the French toast you are. So if you're looking like a low vibrational, dusty, wearing these clothes that don't fit, you're showing everything. Guess what? I'm gonna be honest with y'all. You ain't gonna attract no doctor. You ain't gonna attract no man with no engineering PhD degree, making six figures. You're not gonna attract a six-figure high-value man, so-called high-value man. Even if you do, guess what? You are smashed, baby. You are smashed to the goddamn dash. You are smashed, and he goes back to his wife. These women don't know what the hell they talk about, and they're putting this on black men. From what I've seen, I saw a clip on Alpha. I forgot who the man's. I forgot who this brother's name. I'm not feeling him. He's a manosphere guy. He's an alpha manosphere. But I saw this Caucasian male approach his sister at nighttime. He was begging and all that stuff. Now here's the thing. He loses. Now the thing is, she was very nice to him. And I always notice about melanated when Caucasian males approach him, especially in a disrespectful, aggressive, needy, predator behavior. I notice that these Caucasian, I notice that the women are very nice to the Caucasian guy, even if he's disrespectful to them. But if it's a brother he don't even have to do the same thing. He can do like 10% or less. Disrespect, black men are this, black men are. Now they push this narrative and stereotype black men. But how can you do that? But you're talking about you need justice for Emmett Till. You need justice for Bill Cosby, but y'all supported Bill Cosby going to prison for over a lot. And then you got these women talk about, these women, I don't know the situation. What about the men's situation? Fuck your situation. What about the men's situation? What about the black man's situation? Men, we are more likely to be victims. Black men are more victims of domestic violence than any other group of men. Do you know black men are more victims of sexual abuse from old ass women? And then these women wonder why these dudes in their age range and younger get ruined out here. But see, you can't say this to the pro-blacks. You can't say this to B1. You can't say this to B2. You can't say this to B123. You can't have these conversations. You can't hold women accountable, especially melanated women. That's just, you can't do that. I forgot. The church doesn't hold them accountable. The pro-black sectors don't hold them accountable. The only people that do hold black women accountable, I can't even say the manosphere because these guys be code switching too much for me. The red pill, these so-called red pill guys, they be code switching. The minute a fine woman comes along and starts being in their DMs or something like that, now they want to switch up. I don't respect guys like that. You ain't no man. You're supposed to be a man's man. You're supposed to stay on your square at all times. I don't care if she walks in your house naked. The only people that I know are a small minority of red pill content creators, men's advocates. It's a small number. It's a very low number. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these guys who are red pill are very black pilled. They are blue pill, black pill, actually overdose black pill simps. And a lot of these guys are simps or reformed simps, mangianas. And so they're mad because, she kicked them out her house. Or he got mad because he got his wake-up call and he got played. You know what I'm saying? But again, I say this. How can you say you're mad at Emmett? Y'all saying Emmett Till, the cave devil bitch got away with lying on Emmett Till, got him lynched and got him killed. She should be held accountable. That white bitch should be held accountable. This is what I'm hearing. These white bitches need to be held accountable, but these white males, they're still responsible for their actions. I get what you're saying, but why? But my thing is, what about Brian Banks? What about these black females, these melanated women who do the same thing? Y'all don't have the same energy. I had a dumbass bitch say, this is what she said to me. Well, white women get away with it, so when black women do it, they don't get punished. I'm like, what are you saying? So you saying it's okay for a black female, knowing the black man's struggle, knowing her struggle, to lie on a black man because she's mad? So you're going to use the same white zaddy. So you're going to be a ghetto gagging, plantation mammy, Negro Bedouin, coon ass hoe. You're going to be a dusty, shady ass mammy. You're going to be a fucking Negro black Karen like Megan Thee Stallion and make a false allegation against the brother. So you're going to make a false allegation against black men of making false allegators of street harassment, false rape claims, false claims of the abuse, and false claims of sexual abuse, of sexual assault against children and women, even other men. So this female that I don't talk to, because she's so masculine, dusty. So she was saying, well, black women, we don't get justice, So you're saying so you're going to lie on a black man because of what? So you're going to make a false, you're saying so because white women get to lie on black men, you should do the same thing. I said, how about this? Why don't you make a false rape allegation against white men? All of a sudden she got quiet. Well, they won't believe us. Then I got a question. Why you stand in solidarity with the cave bitches? You saying they're nasty, evil cave bitches, but you're okay with black females wearing weaves, trying to look like them and act like them, and then this is the excuse. Well, we don't have a language. We don't have a culture. What the hell are you talking about? See, this is the thing. This is why I don't take a lot of these clowns seriously. You're saying because of the system of white supremacy did not tell you to be like a Juanita Gibson and falsely accuse a black man like Brian Banks of rape and abuse and harassment. Okay? But yet you're talking about Emmett Till and how he needs justice. What about these other black men like Brian Banks, where black women make false allegations? Black women make false claims of domestic violence, but she the violent one. What about when black women make false? Look at that black man who went off in Baltimore and killed those women, his exes, to be specific, making false claims against him for no reason. Oh, but that's white supremacy, and because we've been conditioned, and you got to understand, I'm hurt and I got trauma because what happened to my daddy wasn't around. What? I don't care what your family situation is. First of all, you're not a child anymore. I'm not saying child trauma doesn't affect adult. When people have trauma as a kid and children have trauma of negative experiences, they endured stuff that they shouldn't have never endured. I'm not saying it doesn't a factor of how an adult functions, but my thing is it's being used as an excuse to do bad. I can't support that narrative that hurt people hurt people. No, you got people who just evil, like to hurt people because they didn't get their ass beat. They didn't get disciplined. A lot of these hoes ain't disciplined. I've seen too many mommy and daughter and auntie try to be friends with the daughter and the niece, trying to be best friends. I keep telling women, you are a parent, not the friend. You wouldn't do that with your son. Oh, but in the other situation, he's your son's husband. No. How about this? How about you get back with your baby daddy and apologize to your ex and cooperate and be quiet and just be agreeable. Stop disagreeing and stop rebelling. I'm rebelling. You can rebel by yourself. You can rebel by yourself. Okay? That is trash. Whatever trauma issues you have, I don't understand why these women don't take their money or government assistance, social programs, because they vote Democratic. Why don't they take their resources on the money they get from the sugar daddy, the government, the ex, the child support, the own money? Well, actually, the child support should be for the child. But my thing is, why don't you go see a psychiatrist? Go get therapy. I can't afford therapy, but you know what? But I can buy Gucci though. What does Gucci carrying a racist Gucci purse going to do for you? What is driving a Mercedes that you cannot afford is going to do for you? You eating out in these expensive ass restaurants, trying to look cute. You buying an iPhone. What is that going to do for you? What, so you can take more selfies? Like I said before, and you wonder why guys like Black Men Vent, Kevin Samuels, the Black Manosphere, you wonder why they exist, men's advocates. You got a lot of these men's advocates popping up left and right. You wonder why that happens. You talking, I mean, you got these black folks with their selective outrage. They don't care about Emmett Till. I told you, I'm going to say it like this. Black folks don't care about George Floyd. They don't care about black men at all. They don't really even care about black women like that, but they're going to kiss her ass anyway. Because, you just pimp out your own woman. You got women pimping out each other. Just like they pimp out their kids when it comes to child support. They pimp out the guy when it comes to marriage, switch up on them. Women love being exploited financially, more so. And they like to be exploited when it's convenient. Again, I'm seeing all these reports, even in my city, Raleigh. I'm in Durham, but Raleigh. Black men being released after 30 years, 20 years, 30 years, 40 years on a sex crime that he did not commit, or domestic violence, or a murder of a woman that he did not commit, regardless of the race of the woman, especially if she's white. But I see all these black women talk about they support the Innocence Project for men. No, y'all don't. Stop. Look how y'all look how y'all roasted Zach Stacy. You don't know what she did. And I'm not excusing Zach Stacy for what he did, okay? But again, these women do not fear men. If she knew this man was a big, tall, big and strong guy, why do these women keep dating these guys who are so violent? Big and strong and tough and violent. Why do you keep dating these guys who are toxic? Big, muscular, strong, athletic still, and you still deal with these dudes. They are the most hardened criminals. A lot of these females raise these guys like that. If you are so afraid of men, wouldn't it make sense to not be a man? Wouldn't it make sense not to deal with those guys, number one? Would it make sense to deal with a guy who's more quiet, more, calm, docile? I'm not coming from a place of weakness, but docile and, very respectful, don't have no edge, what you would call a lane. Why don't you deal with a guy who's soft-spoken, Nah, I like a roughneck. That's why I don't believe what they're saying, because I'm not saying it's not true all the way. I don't believe in what they're saying because y'all triple talking. You're double talking, you're triple talking, you're quadruple talking. So you talk about street harassment, but no man's looking in your direction. You said all the brothers in the black neighborhood are going after Hispanic women, Latina women. You're saying, which is actually more prevalent than going after Becky, unless she's in the Churro Park down the way. Depending what city and town you live in America. Triple K. America. So you see these women talk about these black men are just dating women of other ethnicities, other races. A lot of times, there's men who are not dating. A lot of times, these guys just want to be to themselves. Nah. You can't get away with that. If you are a man, say, I'm not focused on getting no pussy, no kitty cat. I'm not looking for no relationships. I don't got time for the drama. I'm trying to build myself up. They don't respect him. They do not respect that brother. They do not. Oh, they'll respect Chad. They'll respect that Brad. They'll respect Jose. They'll respect the Asian dude, the Chan. Oh, they'll respect, Emmett. But a black man being smart, here's the thing. One thing I never understood, and I asked my aunt this, was who was she a goddamn coon. Why did you talk about education? There's nothing educated about you. I asked her what was her student loan debt. She don't want to talk about it. So why should a man deal with a washed up female who's not a virgin, got used? I said her womb is used. I told the truth. What is she gonna do? Whoop my ass? I said that's a problem. I noticed that more women are more prevalent to put her. You ever notice that a lot of women, from what I've seen, and when I've seen growing up, because on my mom's side, ADOS, I saw women put hands on men, put hands on men. Anytime there was a disagreement, I saw women slap the shit out of that man or a man she don't fucking know. But if a man does something, he wrong. I've seen too many cases, even with my personal experience, if I say something and I'm not even being mean or nasty, a woman wants to threaten my life. She wants to do harm to me. Just because I said you're not being realistic, just so I said you're extra average at best, you're below extra average, you're delusional, just for telling her the truth in a respectful way. But she can say anything to me. I don't have to smile at a black man. I don't have to smile at a black man. I don't have to be nice. I can disrespect you and clown you. I'll never forget how you have women who try to set up guys. They be talking, having conversations, then all talk about, oh, I'm being harassed. The guy's like, what are you doing? The guy's like, he's talking, having a conversation. They're having a conversation. She tries to ghost him and all this other stuff. You walk, he's talking, you're both talking, you just walk. You don't say, have a nice day. You don't practice no social etiquette. He's trying to find out, wait a minute, you talk with me, and you just walk out and then you talk about, I'm harassing you, and say, wait, what are you doing? Now, I would just be an asshole. I'll be an asshole. I said, this bitch is lying. This bitch did this and this. I'm feeling her. I got to record a conversation. You should record your conversation, guys. You should candidly record these conversations you have with women. So for proof, because this is what we got to do. But these women are talking about street harassment. Men are harassing women. Men are too damn thirsty. I don't know what they're talking about. Because a lot of times, the only time that applies is to guys that they don't find attractive. Unless they find out he got money or he hit the gym a couple of months, a couple of weeks down the road, he hits the gym, he start working out, he start getting cut, you know what I'm saying? Because I can tell you from a fact, a lot of women in our community do not like men who are clean cut. I like a roughneck. You got women in their 50s talking that dumb bullshit. Okay? So when I hear women talk about street harassment, but then talk about colorism, then talk about men don't approach you, men are all after white women. You're in a black neighborhood. What are you talking about? There's mostly Hispanic and some Asian, some Arab sprinkled around there. Now, them other groups, some Asian and them Arab, they're slick. They're slick when it comes to sleeping with black men because they know that they're going to get disowned. You know what I'm saying? It's so funny because, it's so funny. When I see black women well-to-do dating the most poorest, dustiest, stinky-smelling, wet dog-smelling Chad. Oh, I'm proud of you, girl. Oh, it's love. Oh, baby girl, no, you need to stay with him. You need to be quiet. You need to respect this man. He's a good man. I'm like, what the French toast? He just gave her 2 broken black eyes, fractured eye sockets, like a Chad Wheeler style. What are you talking about? Oh, women be disrespectful. Women do lie. What? But these women talk about men don't want to settle down, men want to be to themselves. My thing is, you're saying men are dating white. So how are you saying men don't want to date or are street harassing you? Then you're saying that men don't talk to you. Then you're saying I don't have to smile at a man. And if a man just says hello or you look at each other, you look at him as a weirdo, but it's just incidental. It's just innocent eye contact, incidental eye contact. You want to call him a creep, but you're the one looking at him, making all these assumptions and stuff. You know what I'm saying? You're calling him a creep and he just said hi. Then you're saying you talk about protection, but y'all call the cops more than white women. Y'all have a lot of black men wrongfully in jail and wrongfully in prison because y'all lied on the black man, and then you want to talk about the Innocent Project. But see, this is why a lot of people in the pro-black sector don't like me, because especially, and don't get me started on them Christians, especially the money hustling. I will financially exploit the black woman, TD Jakes, Creflo Dollar, can I have a house? Don't get me started on them, because they've been pimping out black women for a long time, ever since integration of welfare, feminism, you name it. And then you have the divest movement. Shit. But black men are gay. They say they're in jail, they say they're broke. But if that's the case, then why do these have to say, well, every time a black man gets money, when the majority of black men are upper middle class and childless? We're talking about damn near 60%. Then you got 30% of them, over 30% of them marrying women. We're not talking about we're not talking about swirling. We're not talking about the swirling black men. We're not even talking about them. Then you got the black men who do. And then you got the black men who travel overseas. Then you got the men who just want to be to themselves. Because there's just too much bullshit. They got too much to lose. That's why they're very selective who they deal with, or they don't even talk to women like that, because y'all do the same thing. Your box is no different from the next chick. I don't care if she a BBW. I don't care if she's in shape. Her coochie works the same way. Some of y'all have some bad hygiene habits. That's not just racially specific. I'm just saying in general. These masculine, modern, Western modern hoes. So you mean to something? So if that's the case, then did you just talk about a few? I got a man grab my ass. I mean, how was you behaving? How was you conducting yourself? Why are you going to areas where you're a soft target? And you've been told not to do that. Well, I can go where I want to go. Then you know what? I can't protect you if you're not going to be cooperative. I don't have to submit to a man. I always be submissive to the men I like. What? So we're talking about conditional femininity. Until men do this, the men ain't doing this, so I'm not going to do what I'm supposed to do. What kind of crap is that? Now, if men were to say, I'm only masculine, I'm only strong, I'm only a problem solver, I'm a protector, and I'm only a provider, a leader, and I'm not talking about even money. I'm talking about providing structure, direction, guidance, instilling pride, a standard, and then money, and taking care of myself and taking care of her. I'm only going to do that to the women I find attractive. I'll be a man. I'll be the man when she acts right. You know that ain't going to end well for us men. First of all, these women are they're gonna because they're gonna be the goddamn Karen. They're gonna be the goddamn Karen, the black Karens, because you got a lot of black Karens out here. They're gonna be like, these black. They're gonna go to their zaddy. They're gonna go to the zaddy, right? They're gonna go to the zaddy, and then there ain't no good brothers out here. They're all this and that. See, we don't get to tell our story. We don't get to tell our story, guys. Guys who are watching, guys and women, good women who are good women who get called pick-me's. Not yet, brother. That's a different platform. That's a different platform. You'll know. So when I hear these bogus ass statements and complaints, I'm like, wait a minute. To me, it's like a no-brainer. Don't put yourself in that predicament. And a lot of y'all raising these emotionally dysfunctional males and females. Single by choice. I'm a single mother by choice. I don't want no male authority, but it's a system of white supremacy. Nah. And I know some of them are gonna call me a raccoon. which I don't care. And I hope a lady just texted me a pic, so I'm hoping she just but so I mean, let me tell the women out here, good and bad. You can't get, and black folks in period, you can't get upset about Emmett Till and other black men not getting justice for false allegations of abuse, inappropriate touching of children, domestic violence, rape, assault, or harassment, street harassment. You can't get, and these guys get wrongfully terminated from their jobs, get wrongfully murdered by the simps who don't ask no questions. You can't get mad, and then these guys get wrongfully lose everything, and their families get wrecked in the process. They have women in their families who are suffering because of your lies. You can't just do that. You know what I'm saying? Didn't talk about didn't cry about the injustices of Emmett Till. Didn't talk about the injustices of Bill Cosby. But y'all participated because you got these mammy race traitor hoes, ghetto gagging bedwenches, black Karen mammy bitches. You know that just want to tear down black men. A lot of these women don't even have negative experiences with the men that they're complaining about. It's just indoctrination and propaganda that they've been conditioned to believe, and it's not real. Just like brothers have been fed a delusion about women being angelic, sweet, caring, and loving, and don't do no wrong. No, we're people. We're all people at the end of the day. So I'm going to just say it like this. Y'all can't keep saying that. You can't get mad at these cases of black men, like Emmett Till, Bill Cosby, all these other black men getting exonerated for crimes they didn't commit, especially sex crimes against women and children, but mainly against women. And then you push this narrative that black men are this and that because you don't like a particular dude, and you're saying he's harassing you, but he's not. Or he's trying to talk to you, just trying to make a conversation. He's just trying to be just talking or something like that. And then you want to talk about harassment, but you ain't saying, but the thing is you don't want to talk to him, but you just playing, or you stringing him along. And then you got the other case, when you just saying it's harassment because you just don't like the fact he approached you. I mean, you don't get to dictate who approaches you, man. That's like me, a man with money, and I'm looking good. I'm GQ. And I said, ain't no fat women. You should not approach me. You women who are single mothers, you don't get to approach me. No, only women who are young and fertile, and I'm talking about adult age, and women who are tall, no, you can't. You're too tall for me. No, you can't approach me. I don't get to dictate that. If I want a certain type of woman, if I need a certain type, and I like a particular, and I desire and find attractive a certain particular type of woman, and that's the problem. Y'all have to be too typecast. Both of y'all be typecasting too much. My thing, if I desire a certain type of woman, and based on what I need and want and what I can deal with, and what's beneficial to me, I need to go out and seek her. I can't sit around and be lazy. And then when I get in the position and I don't want to do anything and I should just show up. No, it doesn't work that way. It's just too much virtue signaling, too much race baiting. It's too much woman victimhood bullshit, too much fake outrage and too much Me Too propaganda. Then you want to talk about, we care about the men. No, y'all care about the men you like, and that's the problem. You talk about, I don't have to smile. I only deal with men I find attractive. Then you need to shut your ass up about protection and all that other bullshit. Shut your ass up, because to me, if you want respect, you want unity, you have to speak to everybody. You have to practice good manners and be respectful. I'll never forget, there's times that I walked out the car or somewhere, I'm walking, shopping around, I'm being all happy, being in a good mood, and this woman want to say something under her breath or try to insult me. I'm like, don't know. Now, I got my issues, but what if I was a guy who lost his temper and went off in front of her child. You don't play with people like that. That's all I'm saying is that I'm just saying all this, we don't care about each other. I mean, especially melanated women. I'm not saying all, but just too many of y'all just BS. You only care about the men you like. You want men, you only going to be corrupted to the men you like. And how can you expect to nation build and network and build a strong community with that type of eugenic bitch-ass mindset? It doesn't work that way. Guys, people, it doesn't work that way. I am telling you, it doesn't work that way, and y'all need to stop. Okay? Treat people the way you want to be treated, be respectful. And my thing is, if you stop saying you care about, you're concerned about, stop saying you can't say you're for the innocent project of men. You want justice for men who are falsely accused, victims of false allegations, and then you push narratives that give the powers that be, especially those white Karens, and then you be a black Karen with them, like a good ass mammy, and destroy your own men because you have all these fucked up issues about men because you wasn't raised right, and you were raised on this feminazi mindset. It was this black misandry, and you were told to worship your zaddy, especially with that church crap. Y'all got to start thinking. That's all I'm saying. Happy New Year's. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year's. That's all I got to say.